Hey everyone, Renegade68 here with some more Let's Play 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Dogs. Last time, I got to the end and was very confused. Luckily, I had a handy-dandy Wikipedia to check a couple things on, because the game was kind of vague with what was going on. So, there are 6 different endings from what I gather. Only one of them is the true ending, and you can't actually get the true ending on your first playthrough for some reason. I didn't look that much up. That's basically what I know. So, what I know is that there's 5 other endings. One of them's the true ending, and I maybe can get it now. I don't know. But I find it weird how the ending was a to be continued. Like, I want to know what happens next in that pathway. But maybe they're hiding it because it'll come into play in one of the other endings, or the true ending even. So, but yeah, so many unanswered questions. So yeah, begin with memories as what we're supposed to do. I'm pretty sure. There's no point in continuing, I don't think. So let's go ahead and do that. You will start from the beginning of the game with information from previous playthroughs. Would you like to overwrite this save data? Sure, I have save states if I decide to change my mind. Okie dokie. So let's do it. I'll obviously be cutting out the parts that you've already seen, like, it's this part in 3, 2, 1. By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. Ha! This part again. I know, this is something we've already seen, and it probably isn't going to be any different, but I feel like we gotta give the Ninth Man a little more love. I mean, he's not going to show up at all throughout the rest of the LP. His death is, like, predetermined, nowhere to stop it, so I'm like, let's give him a little love. Let's go through this segment one more time. The man's body moved like a snake's. Is that a hint that it's Snake that's doing it? It still seems like we don't know so many things. Like, who tricked? I don't know. So many still unanswered questions. Like, Snake seems like the obvious candidate, but I don't know. I'm thinking Santa? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know if Santa just decided last minute to do that, or if he's been planning it all along. I don't know. In the blink of an eye, he had slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist. And, oh, hey, speak of the devil, hey. What the hell you think you're doing? I don't know, what did you think you're doing at the end of the game, you stupid fucking Santa, you fucking jerkface? Silver, Santa, leapt forward toward Clover and the Ninth Man. He was halfway there when... Stay back! This voice. I want to use it one more time. Suddenly the man's hand drove into his pocket. Dun dun dun! He came back out with a knife. Oh shit! A pocket knife. He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck. If you get any closer, I'll cut her open. Santa skidded to a halt. He snarled at the scrawny man with the knife and gritted his teeth. It's just, oh, this is so ironic in such a bad way. It's like, you're the one who fucks everyone over in the end, at least in the ending I got. Which wasn't really an ending, it's more like to be continued, which I still don't get, but whatever. Yes, that's right. The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt. Clover! Yes, I finally get to do this voice again, but it's been a while, so let me just try and remember it. Objection! Clover, are you alright? The prince, Snake's voice, sounded oddly concerned. Yeah, I'm fine. Her voice shook, making her words even less convincing. The hell are you trying to do? I told you! This is my plan! What are you gonna do with her, you sick son of a bitch? Don't worry! I'm not gonna do anything to her! If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go. He started to move backward, slowly keeping his grip on Clover. Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually the man reached the wall. He gave a start as his back touched it, then glanced around quickly and spoke. Also, this skip option is very handy. It's like, I went through like the rest of the game so far in like 25 minutes. Verify! A fucking term again. Huh? The left! Look on your left! Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part. What if I don't? The man's nostrils flared and looked like he was about to choke. Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. God, dude, this feels so much like the part with Santa. Ugh, it hurts. Just do it. Do it now. He pressed the knife against Clover's neck, hard. Slowly, she stretched her left hand out toward the device. Her back was to it, and she had to feel around for a moment before she found the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise, and on the display above her hand, an asterisk appeared. So that's how it works, Junpei thought to himself. By placing one's palm on that, what the Ninth Man had called the scanner panel, the user's bracelet number would be entered into the device. And again, that's what the Ninth Man called the scanner panel. Where is he getting these terms? Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets, and find the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself. The number on it was 5. The Ninth Man seemed to know a little more about the device's operations than he should. Had he known exactly what to do? How? Good, you're done. Next. His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally, they stepped on the lion. You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right? Yes, I am. So? And then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! Don't you care what happens to her? Okay, just calm down. Ace held up his hands, palms out. The Ninth Man jerked his chin toward the device. Slowly, cautiously, Ace moved toward the device. After what seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached it. Now, verify! Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again, and a second asterisk appeared. Now the device had Clover and Ace's numbers. 4 and 1. 4 plus 1 equals 5. My number, yay! The same as the number written on the door. But it wouldn't open just yet. Only 3 to 5 people may pass through one numbered door. The door needed at least one more person. Well, duh, the Ninth Man. Can't you do maths? Get back! His voice shook, but the knife he held to Clover's throat made its words a command. Ace took 2, then 3 steps back. No! Farther! More than that! Go all the way back! Slowly, Ace did what he was told. The Ninth Man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile. That was when Junpei understood his plan. Clover's 4 and Ace's 1. Add to the Ninth Man's 9. 1 plus 4 plus 9 equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. In other words... Thank God you were all so cooperative. Now I can get out of this nightmare. He pressed his own hand against the scanner panel. A third asterisk appeared on the screen. Manly narrator voice. He dropped his hand to the lever on the side of the device and pulled. It's open! That's the door we're going into this time. Hooray! The door opened with a heavy metallic groan. He let go of Clover. Wait! Junpei leapt toward the Ninth Man, but he wasn't fast enough. The man shoved Clover. Ah! And hopped through the door. Live long and prosper, bitches! Have a good one! I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye. He raised his hand and waved, a twisted smirk on his face. Then he was gone. Gone, but not forgotten. You know, until like, maybe half an hour later, then he's totally forgotten. The door ground shut with a dull clang of metal on metal. Clover! Are you alright? Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay on the floor. Yeah, I'm fine. She climbed unsteadily to her feet, and once there, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support. Junpei ran to the door. The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed hold of the handles and pulled. They grunted and strained, but... shit! It won't budge! Good Ninth Man impression. Yeah, thanks. I know. That was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke up. Her voice was quiet. Do you hear something? Like what? Like some sort of beeping. I don't know, like a bomb that's about to blow up in your fucking stomach? Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same. You're right, I can hear it too. What is it? Then they heard something else. It was the Ninth Man. Shit! Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied! Who is it that lied? God damn, we still don't know! I played through an entire freaking playthrough, we still don't know! Lied? This wasn't supposed to happen! This is wrong! This is wrong! His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another. What's happening in there? Open the door! Please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here! I believe this is what they call karma. Junpei grabbed hold of the device. He slammed his hand on the scanner panel. Nothing happened. Why didn't it register him? He looked at the display where the asterisk had shown up. It said engaged. Ooh, what you say? Ooh, that you only meant well. Oh my god, there's no time left! Listen, I was lied to! Just tell me who, just say the code name of the person who lied to you. You can make this a whole lot simpler. He lied to me, he put me in here. It was him. He killed me. It was him. Ah! Could you imagine what would have happened if he actually said the person's code name and they were like, no, they meant the other guy with the code name, because he got us mixed up, yeah. And death. Goodbye, Ninth Man. We knew you so little. Okay, now we're at this, witch pair part. I guess we should probably do this, huh? I'm not sure if it matters, but... Oh! Hello there. It's already clicked on. Maybe I need to do all... So I guess it does matter? Oh, no, wait. I don't think it necessarily matters, but when I started the, game, it said, like, start with memories. I think that means I already know that I clicked this, so clicking it again would be pointless? I don't know, I'm assuming. Maybe that just means it's showing me that's something I've already done. I'm pretty sure I can still click it, but it's just showing me it's something I've already done, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, let's do Ace and Lotus this time. I don't want Santa and June doing anything together. Fuck that. Screw you, Santa. Do you have some kind of sick crush on June? Was that all? That didn't make sense. Like, why do you have to wait for them? Like, did he have some sick crush on June? It's that, or he has some secret motive where maybe he wants to get... I don't know. I don't know. So many questions. It just had to end there. Damn it. Ace, Lotus, you think you could give me a hand here? New dialogue. The pun was a little too on the nose, but the move was still grim. Both Ace and Lotus lifted their left hands silently. You guys ready? I'm gonna open it. Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Let's see his remains. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. Oh my god, what's in there? Let's see. What are we gonna see? What's it gonna look like? There was a metallic groan and the door slid open. A breath of air drifted out of it, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth. Oh my god. Good god. Lotus and Ace shuddered. Seven grunted. Whoa, that's pretty bad. Even Santa's voice shook. It blew up. It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. That's fun. We still don't know why she freaked out about this either. I mean, she freaked out, that's one thing, but feverish, what the hell? The shriek echoed across the room. If I went over all the mysteries we still don't know, though, the answer to, I'd be here all day. Or at least all parts. Take a whole video to remind myself of all the things we still don't know. It comes from June. Then her strength left her and she dropped. as Junpei turned to catch you, the door groaned shut. And ba-boom! Not sure if this part matters, but I'll just play along anyway. Zero said, let's see what they say. More than 6 people can go through. It was something about how more than 6 people could pass through. No. Wait, that was wrong. It was on the tip of Junpei's tongue and Lotus beat him to the punch. All those who enter must leave and all who enter must contribute. That's what the letter said. In other words, no less than 3 and no more than 5. Exactly! One thing I want to quickly bring up is, I was reading back a little bit through the part where, you know, Snake has the message he got from Zero with the Braille, but that doesn't make sense because hasn't he already been in the Nonary game? Didn't we find that out in the first playthrough? Like him and Clover were in the first Nonary, were like in another Nonary game, and he was even on the ship. Apparently, Snake was. I kind of saw that coming. Like I thought he was going to be involved in something. It seemed pretty obvious. My question is, if he was already involved in the game, then why would Zero need to give him a note? Unless it's like different enough? I don't know. Yeah, who's going to go in which door? Let's do this. June looked toward the numbered doors. The 4 and the 5. We're going in the 5 this time. Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door. Then it would seem we have to split up. Wait! Lotus looked terrified. I'm telling you now, there is no way in hell that I'm going into door 5. Good, then I don't have to go with you, you bitch. Come on now, don't be selfish. Call me whatever the hell you want, I'm not going in there. If I'm gonna have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here. Sigh. And we were doing so well. Ace shook his head sadly. Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Jerk face. I haven't forgotten what you did, you jerk. You may have been in the future, in an alternate timeline future, but I haven't forgotten what you did, you jerk. Someone else can go into door 5. Oh, Santa, not you too. Hey man, I just bought these shoes. If you think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over them, you got another thing coming. That was the last straw. What the shit, man? Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going? Yeah. So? Doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5. Oh god. There was an awkward silence. Finally, 7 spoke. Fine. I'll go into door 5. Can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else want to come with me? I'll go. Although, I think you have to go into door 4 this time. There was another long silence. This time Snake was the one to break it. I'll go. What? Don't worry, you'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later. How do you know that? Because I do. That's not an answer! If you're going, I'm going too. I'm going into door 5. What am I going to do with you? There's nothing you have to do. Ace stepped forward. If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7 and Snake is 2. And if you add Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital root would be 5. 7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 equals 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5. Oh, it works perfectly! The 4 of us can go into door 5. Wait. What about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be? Well, as I was actually doing it the hard way back in my first playthrough, but I've been thinking about it, and everything has to do with 9s. I kind of figured that, but now like I know that everything does. If your digital root is 5, then ours is bound to be 4, because 4 plus 4, 5 equals 9. And since we zero each other out right now, as long as we're all still around, 9th man doesn't matter. 1 plus 8 is 9, 2 plus 7, 3 plus 6, 4 plus 5, which means our digital root is going to be in 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 is just 9. So as long as everyone's around, our digital root total will always be 9, which means if we make a group that has 5, the other group will have 4. Jupiter did a quick mental calculation, and similarly, if Snake leaves us again, our total group number becomes 7, so... Lotus, Santa, June, and Junpei remain. The collection numbers were 8, 3, 6, and 5. Well, they're digital rupee. Well, I already said 4, so, let's sound stupid in this playthrough. Why not? 5. It would be 5. That meant there was no way they could pass through door 4. Wait. No, that wasn't right. No, something didn't seem right. Junpei ran the numbers again. 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 equals 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4. You repeated what he determined. It's 4. Add up our 4 basic numbers and the digit root is 4. I highly doubt the early parts of this, like, the early, choices matter, but they're probably just to set up the fact that you're gonna have to make lots of choices that will matter. But they could matter, so I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone's hearing this and being like, hey, he's stupid, I'm not gonna side with him, or... maybe he's stupid, I am gonna side with him, I don't know. Then we can go into door 4. Yeah, that worked out well. Jerk face! I'm sorry. I don't want to be in the same door with you, you jerk. Junpei ran over the team assignment in his head one more time. 4 people will go into door 5. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace. 4 people would go into door 4. Lotus, Santa, June, and Junpei. Junpei had to ask himself if the teams were what he really wanted. Beyond door 5 was what remained of the 9th man. He never wanted to see that thing again, but something in him said it would be unwise to examine the corpse even a little closer. Because the closer you get to something, the more it's understandable. What, you thought I was going to say something else? No. If he went through door 5, he wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. True, it would be possible for him to bring June with him through door 5, but that wouldn't necessarily be a good thing. Yeah, she'd have to see that shit again. Junpei didn't want that. Too bad, he's gonna have it. Junpei was torn. Should he stay silent and go through door 4? Or should he stop them all and insist on door 5? As he turned his options over and over in his mind, Ace spoke up. Decision time. Alright then. It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go? He began to walk toward door 5. Clover and Snake followed, with 7 a short distance behind. Junpei, which door do you want to go through? Decided that it had to be door 5. New territory, baby, let's go. Hey, wait! Junpei's cry echoed across the room. The 4 people walking toward the door stopped, and turned back toward him. I want to go through door 5 too. The words were scarcely out of his mouth when June spoke up. What? What are you saying, Junpei? If you're going through that door, then I'm going with you. He turned around to look at her. No, you can't. I can't take you with me. You have to. Why? Well, you know what's in there, don't you? You sure you want to see that? June opened her mouth as if to say something, but instead closed it again and looked at the floor. Junpei felt an ache in his chest at her clear distress, but as long as Santa and Lotus are stuck with door 4, then she has to come to door 5 with us. The choice was not his to make. There was nothing else he could do. Junpei turned away from June, doing his best to silence his turbulent emotions. Please, let me go into door 5. Sudden scratched his head and looked at the young man. Man. Now we're right back where we started, you know that? Junpei's bracelet number is 5, right? If we are going to add Junpei, then we must subtract 5 from the rest of us. Snake turned to Ace. Wait, unless we just do 3 people. I was thinking me and June swap with 7 and Clover, but it could be I just swap with Clover and Ace? I guess that's a possibility. Snake turned to Ace. Ace, please. Take good care of Clover. Oh, alright. That's fine. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Don't go away! You need to listen to me, Clover. Go to door 4 with the others. No! Don't be so selfish. Snake's tone was harsh. Tears welled up in Clover's eyes. So, wait, why do you think it's better that I go into door 5 than her? Is there some special reason? Whatever. Maybe it's because I'm the protagonist. Yes. She bit her lip and did her best to fight them off. I'm sorry, Clover, but I've already went into door 4. I want new territory. Snake's expression softened, and he put his arms around Clover. He held her close and whispered into her ear. Ooh, what's he saying? What's he saying? You'll be fine. Just relax. Looked as though he whispered 2 or 3 more words. Whatever they were, Junpei didn't hear them. Oh man, I want to know what he's saying. You guys are so mysterious. You were in the previous game. Is it talking about that or something else? Because there were things Clover was trying to tell us that she never actually got the chance to, and then fucking to be continued. God damn it. Ugh, I drank some water. Made me feel a little better, but still, I want to know. He couldn't help but wonder what the other man had said. Snake pulled back from his sister, his eyes kind and inquiring. Okay, I understand. Whatever that means. Her voice was barely audible, but from where Junpei stood. If I went through this first, I'd probably doing a crazy prediction time, like, what does that mean? What could that mean? They've got to be in on something, but I already know they're kind of in on something now, so I'm a little less skeptical. Before long, new teams were assembled. Those going to door 5? 7, Snake and Junpei. 7 plus 2 plus 5 equals 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5. Those going to door 4. Lotus, Santa, June, Ace, and Clover. 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 1 plus 4 equals 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4. I can only wonder how their, like, adventures in those rooms are gonna go. But, because, like, it seems like I'm the only one who ever gets anything done, almost. I mean, Ace did a little bit in our last little section, but most of the time it's, like, just me, and the others kind of give me hints sometimes, but, I'm sure they find out, I'm sure, like, if my manliness isn't around, they think, hey, the protagonist isn't here, we actually have to do stuff, because they're lazy. Okay, let's do it. 7, Snake, and Junpei scan their numbered bracelets in quick succession. The screen of the red showed 3 asterisks. Alright then, let's go. Oh man, I can only wonder how much is going to change. Junpei glanced around one last time, his hand resting on the lever of the red. Okay. Please be careful. Concern was written plainly across her face. Junpei looked her in the eye and gave what he hoped was a reassuring nod. He pulled the lever. With the sharp clack of a lock releasing, the door swung open. Ahead of them, the small hallway, were the pitiful remains of the 9th man. We can examine those later. First, the dead. For a moment, Junpei froze. Try as he might, his eyes would not leave the corpse, and his feet would not leave the floor. 7, too, seemed paralyzed. Snake, on the other hand, seemed unconcerned. He walked calmly down the bloody hallway, and only stopped when he realized his companions weren't following. You intend to kill me? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you? He hadn't even bothered to turn around. His head was, at most, slightly cocked toward one shoulder. Junpei and 7 looked at one another, nodded, and threw themselves through the door. As they did, a cold tone sounded from the left wrists of all 3 men. 7 and Junpei looked down at their bracelets. On both of them, and on Snake's, a red skull had flickered to life. First time we have a sausage fest. The detonator had begun its countdown. You know what's funny? Last time I chose Snake and 7, and then ended up going with neither of them. Now this time, I chose Ace and Lotus, and ended up going with neither of them. And ended up going with Snake and 7. So, they had scarcely processed this information when... Oh, that's funky looking. With a metallic slam, the numbered door behind them swung shut. Unless they could find the device that would deactivate the detonator on their wrists, they'd not be able to leave the hallway. Alive. Or dead. Well, no, they'd leave dead. No, they wouldn't leave dead. They'd stay there dead. Hey! Where's the dead? The fear and urgency in Seven's face reflected what all three of them felt. I don't think Snake's quite that urgent. Junpei spun around, searching desperately for the dead. He found it easily enough. Oh, this is... Well, in the other room, it's actually like way down the hallway. And they almost didn't make it. They had like, what, a dozen seconds left or something? It was on the wall, next to the closed door labeled 5. I guess this time it's like right there. I guess that's what you get for going in the one with a dead person in it. It's right there. Found it! Right here! As he yelled, he struck the scanner with his hand. The other two scrambled to follow suit. As soon as they finished, Snake threw the lever down. Ellipses. Ellipses! Ellipses! Phew. Well, it looks like it stopped. As he spoke, Junpei wiped the sweat from his forehead with a trembling hand. Goddamn thing's gonna give me a heart attack. Muscle stood out in Seven's neck, and the corners of his mouth were twitching. Jumpy, are you alright? Are you guys okay? They could hear anxious voices, muffled but distinct, from the other side of the door. Not distinct with my voice. All the females are the same, practically. Clover's a little higher pitched. That's about it. Yeah, we're fine. The detonators have been deactivated. They heard relieved sighs, and even through the door, the three men could feel the tension disperse. Alright, we're moving on. Be careful, okay? Okay. Sure thing. They heard footsteps moving away, and before long they were alone again. Junpei looked around. The hallway hit a dead end, 20 or 30 feet from where they stood. Before that, though, shouldn't they examine the ninth man? Wasn't that the main reason you wanted to come through here? The main reason I want to come through here is because I didn't go through here last time, but Junpei was talking about how he wanted to examine the ninth man's body. A thick iron wall blocked their way. Try as they might to force it, the wall refused to move. To the left, however, was a wooden door that looked positively inviting by comparison. In the middle of it was a plaque that read, "First class! Ha-ha!" First class cabin, huh? Well, it seems like it. Let's have a look then, shall we? Wait, so what? We're not even examining his body? Junpei, that was the whole reason you came in here. Without hesitation, Snake opened the door and stepped inside. Seven followed closely behind him. Junpei moved to follow them as well, but he stopped just short of the threshold and looked back, not knowing why. Lying in the small hallway was a man's body, or at least what was left of it. Ah, yes. He tried hard to avoid looking at the grisly scene, but it just wouldn't leave his mind. What had once been a man's internal organs now looked like so much of vomit, as though something had chewed up and spit out the better part of his torso. Ew! It was hideous, but worse still, it was cruel. It was hard to believe the thing on the floor had once been human. The black pool of thick blood. The lumps of glistering flesh spread across the floor. The awkward, twisted angle of shredded intestines. The head wrenched to some grotesque, unnatural position. The man's glasses lay next to his head, and his number bracelet's off. You know what's funky is, turn that around and it's a 6. I don't like the thought of that. The lenses were cracked, and the frame bent and distorted. And next to the glasses lay a bracelet, the number 9 still displayed on its face. Lastly, let's discuss how to remove the bracelets. Recap in a recap episode, wow. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1, you escape from this ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or you die, it will shut down automatically. Convenient? Question mark? Erg! Suddenly, Junpei felt his stomach convulse, and a knot of muscle gripped his throat. He clasped his hands over his mouth and ran to the first-class cabin. So much for a thorough investigation.